Now remember, one of the fresh restrictions was the 50% capacity for the Delhi Metro, and that has had an adverse impact on some of the travellers, the passengers who commute daily by the Delhi Metro to, of course, go from work to home. We did a ground check in the past few hours, and what we found were long queues witnessed outside several metro stations across Delhi, because that, with the crowd increasing as the bus stops with the services operating only 50% capacity. Metro commuters have been facing difficulties, crowd in fact piling up, flouting social distancing norms amid the Omicron scare. There were also devotees seen last night at the iconic Hanuman temple and other religious places. Giving you a background, take a look on your screens. Delhi's test positivity rate has gone up to 0.89%, and the Omicron count has already touched 238 in Delhi, out of which, remember, 57 people have recovered. The data according to the Health Ministry. Schools, colleges, cinemas, gymnasiums and spas will be closed in Delhi. Shops of non-essential goods and services in markets and malls are opened on an odd-even formula from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Restaurants are permitted with 50% capacity from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m., while bars can also operate with the same capacity from 12 to 10.
Was there 50% seating in the metro?
No.
What was going on? Full seating?
No, it was full sitting.
It was full seating?
Yes.
Restriction नहीं था अभी अंदर?
नहीं. बाहर लाइन्स थे मेट्रो के बाहर, बट सिटिंग फुल था.
Sitting. मेट्रो में रिस्ट्रिक्शन है कोई सीटिंग?
नथिंग, केवल बाहर रेस्ट्रिक्शंस है एंट्री के लिए. अंदर कोई रेस्ट्रिक्शंस नहीं है. हैव ट्वीटेड टू DMRC एंड PM आल्सो.
ये अभी का है?
अभी रिसेंटली फुल स्टैंडिंग.
मतलब आप अभी जो मेट्रो से निकले हैं वो ये हाल था मेट्रो के अंदर?
यस.
अभी तक एक भी पेशेंट को ऑक्सीजन लगानी नहीं पड़ी है जो ओमिक्रॉन से पॉजिटिव रहे हैं, और सभी लोग बिल्कुल ठीक होकर चले गए हैं. पॉजिटिविटी लगभग 1% के आसपास चल रही है. ऐसे हैं कि जो बाहर से लोग आए हैं वो थोड़े दिनों बाद पॉजिटिव हो रहे हैं, तो उनके कॉन्टैक्ट के लोग या उनके घर के लोग ज़्यादा हो रहे हैं. फिर भी सभी को सतर्क रहने की ज़रूरत है.
Now remember, with Delhi also introducing many more restrictions, specifically with regard to New Year's Eve celebrations, where big gatherings will not be permitted anymore. My colleague Shreya Chatterjee, in fact, decided to go and meet some of the business owners who were actually hopeful that they will able to recover the losses of 2020 pandemic and also 2021. That does not seem to be happening. There is a serious loss of impact of business for specifically restaurants, pubs and clubs that were hopeful with 2021 New Year's Eve celebration. Take a look now of how the restrictions have impacted business.
Deja vu for Delhiites, as night curfew and a host of other restrictions have dampened New Year Eve plans. And for the service industry, it's another bad start to a new year. The Omicron scare has yet again led to restaurants losing business due to last-minute cancellations amid a surge in cases and also fresh curbs. Restaurants, pubs and clubs were already operating at 50% seating capacity, but now with night curfew in place from 10 p.m, business owners in Delhi feel that their expectation of their business reaping profits from New Year events have completely gone down the drain. And it's not just Delhi. Night curfews are also in place in Noida, Gurugram and other major metro cities.
We've been through two significant waves now. The second one being quite devastating for pretty much everyone we know, including ourselves, our friends, our families, even people we know. It was a bad situation, and nobody wants that to happen again. We as a business also understand that we don't wish that upon the city, right? In any way. So it is a difficult time. And we hope that the steps that are being taken are proactive steps will create a better environment for everyone around us.
The year-end also sees multiple parties and many organizers expecting that this would be a positive year-end had events planned in advance. However, with the sudden surge and regulations in place, gigs are being cancelled at the last minute, leading to artists also losing money.
It's definitely impacting our profession, our industry and everything. So we have already seen this before also, the previous lockdowns. We lost our job. We had to, restart again. So this is again this new thing is coming up. So we are a bit worried.
Mine has been cancelled 5 gigs, private gigs, and 2 shows. So it's a big loss for me actually. And if you see CP, you see any place, any Sarojini, any place, it's all crowded.
Many Delhi markets who now have to operate on an odd-even basis and shut shop before the night curfew kicks in find some of the norms unfair and not practical.
Why penalize all? You with one yardstick, you can't take everybody along with you and say, oh, because it is happening in Sarojinagar or in Lajpat Nagar, we will close the Khan market also. So this is little absurd to do it, I believe.
Experts too are divided over night curfews, not just because of the impact on businesses, but the science behind a clampdown only during night and not during the day.
It is of limited use because if people do the same thing in daytime, it is counterintuitive. So people need to understand that it is their behavior which will determine how this next impending wave, if I may say so, pans out.
With many states imposing night curfews, the debate over the efficacy of these curbs is back in focus. One thing is for sure, it's going to be a quiet new year for all of us and a dull one for businesses who were hoping to recover from the 2021 pandemic losses. Shreya Chatterjee for India Today.
So not just Delhi, even Mumbai, Bangalore, several other cities and states have now announced further restrictions ahead of New Year's Eve and possibly even for the next few days. Take a look now at this report of how other states are announcing curbs, how are they following it up, and importantly, as citizens of this country, have we forgotten the long queues for oxygen cylinders, the rush for hospital beds? Have we forgotten the death and devastation of second wave that many of us are refusing to take this wave seriously?
Omicron cases spike across India. It is deja vu as states are back with strict curbs and night curfews to prevent holiday season explosion. Delhi enforced lockdown-like curbs, with eateries, bars, metros, trains and buses running at 50% capacity. Long queues of commuters were witnessed outside metro stations.
Was there 50% seating in the metro?
No.
What was going on? Full seating?
No, it was full sitting.
It was full seating. Yes. Restriction नहीं था अभी अंदर.
नहीं.
इतना ज़्यादा इफेक्ट हो रहा है बिजनेस पे कि हमारा जो कस्टमर अपना है वो अब टूट गया है. पहले तो जो था अब वैसी सेल नहीं आ रही है हमारे पास. तो ये हमारे लिए तो बहुत बड़ा झटका है.
Under the GRAP 1 yellow alert guidelines, markets and malls are allowed to open stores on an odd-even basis only. In addition, restaurants and pubs have been restricted to 50% of seating capacity, and restaurants will be closed at 8 p.m. while bars can remain open till 10 p.m.
Section 144 remains in place across Maharashtra till December 31st. Hosting parties at beaches are banned. Night curfew is in place between 9 p.m. to 6 a.m.
मुंबई का पॉजिटिविटी रेट अभी 4% हो गया है, लेकिन 5 के आगे का पॉजिटिविटी रेट निश्चित तौर पर बहुत ही अलार्मिंग होता है. तो हमें रेस्ट्रिक्शंस के बारे में भी गंभीरता से सोचना पड़ेगा.
There are already restrictions on having any kind of party or gathering on the New Year's Eve in Mumbai, but at the same point of time Aditya Thackeray has said that if establishments are not following COVID norms, then they will be sealed. In the coming days, as the cases are rising, there could be new or more restrictions in the city of Mumbai and Maharashtra.
Chandigarh is witnessing a huge surge in number of vaccinations as people get spooked by Omicron. A 500 rupee fine on unvaccinated and ban from public places.
नई गाइडलाइंस की वजह से हम टीका लगवाने आए हैं. सरकार ने जब से सख्ती दिखाई है तब से हमने दूसरी डोज लगवाने का मन बनाया.
Corona's new variant Omicron is spreading its tentacles very fast. Looking into this now, already the health authorities have given special instructions that after 1st January onwards in Chandigarh, no entry would be allowed if both the vaccination is not being done.
West Bengal recorded over 700 cases on Tuesday. It has set up 2 genome sequencing centers to detect Omicron.
West Bengal government has chosen to to lift the night curfew that was there in terms of the restrictions, but it could be that after the 1st of Jan the restrictions would again be in place, considering the fact that the cases are on the rise.
But Hyderabad has curiously relaxed bar timings till 1 a.m. on New Year and allowing New Year parties with precautions.
The government of Telangana has decided to allow pubs, bar, restaurant and events to remain operational till 1 a.m. on 31st night, while liquor outlets will also have extended hour and they'll close only after midnight.
Is India ready to face the possible third wave? With Anisha Mathur in Delhi, Mustafa Sheikh in Mumbai, Lalit Sharma in Chandigarh, Prema Rajaram in Kolkata and Ashish in Hyderabad. Bureau Report, India Today.
Now there is another kind of a long queue. This crowd in Chandigarh is outside the vaccination centre. This sudden surge of long queues at the vaccination centres is because there's an order in Chandigarh. If you are unvaccinated after the New Year's, you may not be allowed in public places anymore. Lalit Sharma got you this crowd report from Chandigarh's vaccination centre. Take a look.
Corona's new variant Omicron is spreading its tentacles very fast. Looking into this now, already the health authorities have given special instructions that after 1st January onwards in Chandigarh, no entry would be allowed if both the vaccination is not being done. So looking into this now, people in large number are coming to get vaccinated, to get jabbed, and these are the visuals here from Sector 22 dispensary, where you can see that long queues of people could be seen waiting for their turns to get jabbed up. Number of states, if we call in North India, especially Haryana, Punjab, they have already put certain restrictions that after 1st January onwards in Chandigarh, these new restrictions would be followed, while if we talk about Haryana, from 25th December onward, these restrictions have been applied. With video journalist Chandiram, this is Lalit Sharma for India Today, Chandigarh.